Hygo, whenever you guys are ready.
Hello, my name is Lucas Kozlowski.
I'm Didi Roostis.
I'm James Passion. I'm Nick Lewis.
And we are Hygo. I'd like to tell you about our friend Brad. Now, Brad's your average high school student. He's active in and out of school, with sports, clubs, etc. Every day he goes off campus and eats at Paul's Burrito. This Paul's Burrito gets stuck in his teeth and he ends up having bad breath for the rest of the day. So when he goes back to school, no one wants to talk to him. No one wants to have anything to do with him because of this gross appearance. So we create. Oh, and there are also many other people like Brad. In fact, 25% of the people in the world have bad breath throughout the day. And so we've created our product. Now we made a large pivot in our business from originally focusing on making our own miniature toothbrush. However, we found that going up against Colgate would be very difficult, especially for us without much experience. So we decided to individually package these wisps and distribute them at the point of sale, meaning at a cash register, for example at Paul's. And as you can see, the little bags we individually package them with. It's also easily accessed. They can grab and go as they walk out the door. So we focus on local restaurants in the area, specifically Paul's Burrito and Bread Basket at this time, and as well as a teen demographic that goes there and is active afterwards. As of now, we are doing an over-the-counter payment. So we have found that we are not yet able to sell in bulk to these businesses because we don't have a ton of information to back up our sales. So we are giving these businesses a percentage of each sale and taking a percentage of each of those sales.
So with pricing, before we started our MVP process, we took a survey of about 100 people in and outside the school, asking them what price they think our brush would sell at. So the prices were 50 cents, $1, $1.50, or $2. Now, although 50 cents got the most vote, we decided later on in our MVP process that we wouldn't be making enough money and we wouldn't have a viable business with that number. So currently, 1 unit is $1 for our brushes. Our indirect competitors are mints and toothpicks, which can be found at the counter in many restaurants and local businesses. Currently, we have no direct competitors because no one individually packages anything like the Colgate wisps and sells them at a point of sale. Our marketing tactics as of right now are flyers, which contain our logo on them with a little bit about us and what we do. Also, contact information if any of our customers have any feedback about our product. We will post these flyers around Barrington, in Jewel, Starbucks, also in the local businesses. And possibly in the future, we may put an ad in the Roundup or VHS TV, which is a school newspaper and school TV show, just to get our name out to the students around school.
Okay, so our total addressable market is $2 billion. Now, this is the amount of money Americans spend each year on various dental hygienic products, including mouthwash, toothpaste, and toothbrushes, and various other items. So our serviceable addressable market would be around $5.2 million. Now that's in the Cook County area, and Cook County is very large. So that's a majority of the population purchasing the product. And then after our revenue assumptions, we'd have a market share of 0.23%. So here are our cost of goods sold. Now what we do is we buy these brushes from Walgreens or CVS, and it comes in 24 for roughly $7.60 for that amount of brushes. So this would come out to 31 cents per brush. Then for the packaging, we bought 100 of these little plastic bags on there for $5, which would get 5 cents per each package with the brush. And so, since we're going to be delivering a lot of these to a lot of different businesses over the coming months and years, we of course have to have labor, and we need other people besides just the 4 of us to make these brushes. So the cost of labor per unit will be 3 cents. So we pay the workers $8.25 an hour, and we found that from our own testing, we can make one of these brushes in around 10 to 15 seconds. So the cost of labor per unit would be around 3 cents. So here are 5-year revenue and profit profiles. So in year 1, we'd have around 72 businesses acquiring 6 new businesses each month. And we feel that is a goal that we are willing to reach and can reach. So we'd have a revenue of $12,200 with a net income of $5,915. Now, as you can see, years 1 through 5, we're looking at a 100% increase because we feel we can exactly replicate what we do in year 1 in Cook County throughout all of Cook County through years 1 through 5. Now, at the end of year 5, we'd have an $146,400 revenue with a $59,263 net income.
Alright, so for our MVP, we purchased 7 bags of the Colgate Mature Whisk. We individually package each one and put ribbon on each one. And we bought display cases that say Hygo on it, a little description about our company, what we do, who we are, and a dollar sign on it because each brush will cost $1. We made several sales calls to local restaurants in the Bradenton area, such as Paul's Burritos and Breadbasket, and both those restaurants have agreed on letting us run our MVP test in their restaurant towards the cash register. So we ran our MVP test for 4 weeks, and at Paul's Burritos we sold 28 brushes, Breadbasket we sold 22. That's a total of 50 brushes sold, and we feel pretty confident with the number due to the fact that our first month projection was only 40 brushes, and that's only using 2 restaurants, and we feel like we can acquire a lot more restaurants in the Bradenton area and in surrounding towns. So we received $150 for our MVP, and we've only used $75 of that for buying the brushes and the packaging behind it. So we still have $75 left, so we're planning on continuing our MVP and finishing it off. And some of the key metrics involved in this process were the number of acquired restaurants, the number of brushes sold per restaurant, and the number of units made.
So we went through a lot of trial and error with our MVP through packaging, pricing, and customer relationships. With packaging, we originally wanted to dispense our brushes, kind of like how toothpicks are dispensed, but we would have to find or make a dispenser that was unique to the measurements of our brush, which at the time was just too expensive for us. So we just individually package them in clear packaging so the customers can clearly see what they're buying. With pricing, as we said earlier, we wanted to sell to restaurants in bulk, so about $100 or 100 brushes, and then the restaurants could give these brushes to their customers for free. But we wanted to be able to check our progress and see if people were actually buying these brushes individually, so that's why we decided to individually sell them at the cash register. Then for customer relationships, we weren't sure how to market to our customers because we weren't a product that you could buy online. So we figured that social media marketing wasn't our way to go. So currently we just have flyers around the school that hopefully will catch people's attention and show them where they can purchase our product.
So that's why we'll be asking you, the board, for a capital ask of $6,268. Now what we use for this money is $210 for 500 stickers, and we found is kids and teenagers at the high school love putting their stickers on everything, stickers everywhere, and it lets them show what they're interested in and lets other people know what they like. We would use $4,758 on inventory for year 1, which would cover 12,200 brushes. We'd use another $300 for legal fees. That includes the name and the logo that we've created. And then an $1,000 liquidity cushion in case whether or not we need to sell more brushes, buy more packaging, or other variables. So with the $6,260 capital ask, we would be willing to give 7.5% equity of our company. And at the end of year 5, this would give us a post-money valuation of $83,165.90. So this would leave you with a money multiple of 8.5 times and an internal rate of return at 57.3%. So at the end of year 5, when we plan to exit and sell, we believe that with our connections through the Cook County area, that Colgate would want to use our connections that we have through the various businesses and the local eateries that they'd want to purchase our product or our business.
So with that being said, with our product, Brad's able to stay fresh and talk to everyone with a smile on his face. So if you want the same, stay fresh and clean and join our team.
Do you guys actually use the product?
Yes.
How is it?
We like it.
You can use one if you want.
Yeah.
Do you put water on it or?
No,
No,
it's pretty basic,
Keeping,
no water.
people use it like it and keep, taking it again, so.
So of those, the quantity that you placed at Paul's and at Breadbasket, you said you sold 50. How many did you place in each one of those?
Each one, right now, this is our new design to make it look better. But at first, it was more It was 30 and 30 in each one. And it was a little different size to what that
So
is.
then most of them sold out then?
At Paul's Burrito, almost all of them sold out.
And those two restaurants, they actually, he said earlier that like, they take a percentage, but for this MVP test, they just let us set it up there and we collect all around, yeah.
But in the future, if we're selling larger amounts, we will give them a percentage we've set.
So it makes more sense for the business to,
How are you gonna access as many restaurants as you possibly can?
So over time, expanding like our business and expanding the amount of people we have in our business, making calls. Now, at the end of year 1, you'd have 72 businesses, and then at the end of year 5, there'd be roughly 6,000 businesses with our product inside the restaurant in the Cook County. And we feel that since it's not too difficult to set up, it's a very quick setup, and many restaurants, I feel it's like a asymbiotic relationship where we're helping them and they're helping us.
What's in it for the restaurant?
What's in it for the restaurant? So as Kaz was saying, further down the line, a percentage, and at the same time, it creates a more enjoyable experience for the customer. If they can finish up their food and be able to leave with confidence after, and still have like a fresh smile.
I'm just curious, do you have to spit it out or?
No, it's you pop it in, use it. The toothpaste isn't harmful. You swallow it, and it cleans your teeth. You can get anything you want out. Better than toothpicks, better than mints.
Disposable, right?
Pockets.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's one and out, right? One time and out, it's
Yeah.
disposable?
I'm curious, have the restaurants given you any feedback on reaction of the customers at that point of sale?
I've talked to the Paul's Burrito Express manager, and he's saying when people buy them, it's more of a pleasant surprise.
Okay.
Seeing, because when they like have burritos and other foods that after they eat it, it's refreshing to clean their teeth after, and you don't have to go home or even take a toothbrush in your car. That's disgusting. You don't gotta do that.
Well, you've addressed that problem with the packaging, which I think is interesting. So when you're done using it, you've got something you can pop it back in and put it in your pocket, your purse, your car, whatever it may be. Okay.
One thing I think I would do is just get a little piece of equipment, a sealer,
Yeah.
to seal this as opposed
Yeah.
to a ribbon. It just feels more sanitary.
Yeah.
It's got the hygiene thing with it, yeah.
And then, and you may even want to explore with volume, getting some imprint on the bag.
Yeah.
Like when you start selling thousands of
Yeah.
these, just raise enough money from us to get bags that are custom printed on it and then sealed.
Sealed.
And then it's going to look a lot more, professional and a little crafty.
Yeah.
But great hack though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like this is great for the MVP.
Yeah.
But when you
Yeah.
scale it, I would make it a little bit different. So the math, James, that you went through of 72 establishments by the end of the year, that's kind of the same way I got, because you sold 22 in 4 weeks and 28 from another store. So let's call it, on average, you sell 6 per week per store. And you're going to sell 12,500, and they have to be $1 each. So if you go all the way through, I got to 80 establishments,
Yeah.
but we'll call it 72, close enough, by the end of the year.
Yeah.
Because you got to average 40. You'll have 0 at the beginning of the year, 72 at the beginning, halfway. How are you going to, how far out of Barrington do you need to go in terms of establishments to achieve 72 different establishments having this there?
Well, there are roughly 15 small restaurants in the Barrington area, but when I say Cook County, like I said, 5.2 million people. It covers a large span of the northeastern of Illinois, and so we could cover a lot of ground. In
And
So
so
your approach is going to be direct sales. You're going to go to these places?
Yes.
Is there a better way to access a broader base of restaurants?
There probably is, yes.
I guess we could,
Trade shows?
yeah, we
Restaurant supply
could
houses.
also possibly be inviting chain restaurants as well, and then branch out within each chain. We're obviously just
the
starting, so
moment
we
you get
have.
into all of
down
these
to
different
that, yes.
channels, you're going to have, right now you enjoy the benefit of somebody putting this on their counter for free.
Yes.
Right.
Nobody's asking for any money on it. They're just saying, hey, we just want to improve the customer experience. The moment you go to a restaurant supply store or something like that, people are going to want a cut of it. Okay, so they're going to have to either charge it more than $1, or you're going to have to sell them to them for more than $1 and let them have a wholesale retail model. So I don't know, I don't know the answer to that, but you just need to make that as a consideration. So right now, if I was Paul's, you didn't charge me, you gave me 30 of these, you didn't charge me $30.
No.
Did you go back and say, hey, give me they're all gone, give me $30?
We went back and collected the
We,
profits.
yeah, we had a separate, jar next to that, in which was, the rules just dropped out. So,
Did it balance? Were there the difference between the number?
Actually, no, there's more money and like there's actually, we were actually dropping like 5 and we took like 1 or 2 brushes rather than like.
Alright, so people tipped you.
Yeah, a little bit more than the actual.
Well, I'm not sure how, like, the next round of your MVP money, I think you should experiment with saying to Paul's, here's 30, give me $30 and call me when it's empty. Or you call them and say, is it empty, or you stop by.
Every month you send them more.
Yeah, like, because the growth to get to 72, I'm going around and having put $1 in and take $1 out, I think that's just not going to be scalable. So if you could even like go to Paul's or go to Chow Baby or whoever else you did this with before you talk to investors and ask them for investing and say, we got people that said they would buy them for us. They would lay out the cash and put them on their counter. That's a important consideration.
At some point in time, there's got to be something monetary for the restaurants. I mean, you know, we're not just going to do it. If they see that it's selling a lot, then they're just going to do it for free.
You guys don't manufacture the actual brushes, right?
No.
So have you looked into like the legality of reselling Colgate brushes under your own name?
No.
Okay, appreciate that.
But I don't know, what we kind of thought of is like, as right now, like we feel like, okay, since we're so small, but then over time, if this were to sell a lot and Colgate saw us, you know, selling their product under our distribution, there could be a problem that arises from that. But I feel if we kind of like, I don't know the legality, but in my mind it works as we're, you know, helping them out, distributing it to more convenient places instead of just at a CVS or a Walgreens.
When you buy it in bulk, does it say not for resale?
On the
big-
packaging?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, well then you're in trouble. But
But you kept it local, so.
But by the way, you could take the following position. Hey, we'll do it until someone tells us not to.
Yeah.
And when they tell us not to, we'll explore buying, you know, somebody, you know, manufacturing this for us directly. But you might want to start thinking about that. We don't want to do manufacturing.
Did you find out who makes this from Colgate, because they probably have a private label version?
I believe it's Colgate Palmolive. It's a separate, it's a part of Colgate, but it's a separate manufacturing company that we reached out to. But I sent like,
Well, Colgate Palmolive is the name of the
That
company.
is the
Oh.
company. Yeah.
Yeah.
well, that's what I got. I called the
They never
line.
just called it.
1 minute.
I called the line and then they said they would send something in the mail a week later about their manufacturing
You know, the
prices.
biggest problem you're going to have is tampering with the company's product. That'll scare them big time.
I just wanted to comment real quick that I appreciated that when you were putting the unit metrics together, that you, even though it was 3 cents, it seemed negligible to include the cost of labor, but it is important because over the volume that you want to take a look at, that number does matter, and I appreciate that you were, you know, considering and putting an actual metric around the labor and the time that it took to create the product. So.
Thank you.
And I absolutely love the creativity and the several rounds of iterations that you guys did, not just on product, but the service and the marketing and the placement and good chutzpah in getting it into restaurants and actually experiencing that.
The way to bury the legal problem.
Denial. Total denial.
No, maybe, I don't know, did you guys explore at all other sources besides the, you know, repurposing of the Colgate product?
Well, we also had other ideas of not just doing the Colgate whisk, but other more important products. Like instead of toothpicks and mints, since they don't cover everything. You know, so like if you put like a higher tech floss pick in there, that they like those are really cheap, and like dentistries and a bunch of places buy those floss picks in huge amounts. So that could be a possibility too. Other types of products we can put in there.
Generic, you know, you can go a lot to, what's the website in Asia? Alibaba. They sell virtually everything. So you can check that out. One previous team did that with the chargers, the cell phone chargers. And they just repurposed them and it was fine. It's like a wholesaler.
Last question.
Okay.
Yeah, and where are you guys at from a team standpoint? Are you in it to win it here, or you just?
I have had such a great experience, and I love my group members, and we had a great time, and we are all really serious about entrepreneurial endeavors. But as of right now, we don't feel that Hygo is the future. But we said we want to be in the class next year, work with another group that's more, streamlined, finished, because we feel we all, 4 of us, have very big roles that we could play in a successful startup.
Okay, so you borrowed $150 in the MVP. Did we get our money back?
Yes, that sales we get, that goes right back.
All right, there you go.
There you go.